You know what I mean? And this is nothing new to us. And going back to what Keith said about us bullying on smaller fighters, we always fought bigger fighters. Last time I checked, Rodriguez is up here, Demetrius is up here, Danny is up here. You know
Andre
what I mean?
Ward.
No, we didn't fight him. We fought Jesse Hart. Jesse's almost 6'4". Yes, we beat Jesse too. You know, we fought Willie Monroe. You know, the guy we beat that won the Olympic gold medal for Ukraine, Alexander Usyk. 6'3.5", left-handed, fighting at cruiserweight, and is about to take over the cruiserweight division just as soon as they get him over here to America. And when I took a world team to Ukraine, and they were on the stage and showing off all their medals and everything, and talking about how great they were, and they had their flags, Ukrainian flags and everything, and all we had was this little American flag, and I was over there getting heated and everything, and they was talking about how great they were, and they are great. They won a lot of medals, and Usyk was one of them. And I told my interpreter, I said, you tell them that my son beat him. And the interpreter interrupted and said, you know, they were on the podium. He said, hey, he says his son beat Usyk. And Usyk looks over and said, yes, he did. So no, we don't fight smaller guys, and we don't bully on smaller guys. We're fighting whoever's there. Keith, you're going to be the bigger man that night. Make sure you come in and you sit down and you knuckle up. Buckle up, knuckle up.
Do you think there's a double, you mentioned your last, the opponent you lost, I'm drawing a blank on his name.
Kell Brook.
Kell Brook, thank you.
You know why you drawing a blank on his name? Honestly, nobody really cares who's hollering his name out to fight. You know, Keith ain't trying to fight him, or Danny's not trying to fight him, Paulie's not trying to fight him. Nobody, you know what I mean? Nobody's trying to.
Do you think there's a double standard with white fighters being able to fight these bums like Triple G,
well, Kell Brook's not white.
Kell Brooks, and black fighters consistently have to upgrade? Like you guys, Floyd Mayweather's, you continuously have to outdo yourself. Broner, you continuously have to outdo yourself.
In other words, do you agree that there's
Timothy Brown hadn't taken a fight off in
Watching
years?
that Stacey Dash situation.
No.
You know what?
Floyd Mayweather,
You know what?
Conor McGregor, everybody been talking
I'm not
about
touching. I'm not touching any of that because you know it doesn't matter to me. We don't. It's just like when you ask the question about the credit. We're not looking at if we're getting an easy fight or somebody else is getting an easy fight. I'm looking at, which I ain't gonna waste no time on the Kell Brooks situation, but I looked at it and I said, okay, they took us out of the top 25. He started fighting these guys over here. We can see exactly what they were doing, and that's the way they want to run their business. Okay, fine. We've got that belt. It's at home. You know, I don't think we could have flew to England, grabbed that guy 81 times in the first round and got a decision. I just don't believe that would happen. Anybody can say what they want to say. You could say he got beat up and knocked down and almost not. None of that happened. None of that happened. The kid comes out of the fight, you know, more scuffed up from the holding than any of the punches. So, you know, here we go. Keith said, you know, well, I was sitting ringside when he fought Kell Brook. Well, did you take notes on that, Keith? Get your grip game together. Bring that to the fight ring with you along with the running game, and bring all that in and get that started. Because you know that's what you're gonna need on fight night. You're gonna have to, and we're not gonna. You know what? We're not gonna allow that to ever happen again.
What's the answer for the clinching?
The answer for the clinching, first and foremost, clinching is allowed. I got a problem with clinching. Clinching's allowed. It's when you
excessive holding.
it becomes excessive in your holding and you're impeding the process of the fight. So I don't have a problem with the clinching. You're gonna clinch us, we clinch, you know, whatever that happens. But the answer to that is like a guy like Shane Mosley that will come in and grab a hold of Shawn, twist Shawn up and hold Shawn. We have to work our way through that when we spar with Shane. And that makes it really hard. But Shane is a teacher in that respect that he can get in there, and he's still got fast hands, he's got great power, but he can get in there and put some different holds and locks on Shawn, and it helps Shawn because it gets frustrating to him and he has to learn how to work his way through it. So we're going to definitely bring him in for that as well, but we're going to have some guys that are moving all over that ring. We're going to have some guys that are check hooking, Keith, you want to throw that check hook, you know what I mean? We're going to have some guys we got guys in there, you know, that's bringing the power. So we're going to be prepared. And we didn't just start training for this. We've been training for this since the Bronner fight. You live in Vegas. You know we ain't never stopped.
Of course.
Yeah, we ain't never stopped.
comparing Keith Thurman to everybody else you guys face, would you say he has the most difficult style out of everyone? I mean, you guys been doing it for so long.
He ain't got a camera.
I told you, I got a backup cameraman.
I think, I think so. I think, Keith has always had the power, and he's really coming to himself as a boxer now. I think he moves pretty well and gets guys off balance. So I think the good thing about it is I'm a fighter that can punch and move at the same time. You move to the left and I'm not twisting my feet up to get to you. You know what I mean? So this fight all the way around, like I've always said, is going to be a really, really good fight, and I'm really looking forward to it.